Okay, welcome back everyone. Today I'll be going through PSLE Science WA2 Nan Hua paper, Nan Hua exam paper on this portion. So this is really about food web and food wood chain again. Okay, so Yang conduct an experiment to study the food relationship between animal P, X, Y. So animal P feed on the leaf only. So straight away this part already tell you something. Okay, plants is eaten by P. So this is the first part of the food chain that you can construct. Oh, PXY got no disease. At the start of the experiment, Yang placed P and X in a tank with some leaf. So after he counted the number of animals at the end of each week, after 2 weeks he added animal Y. So Y is on the second week onward. So based on the information, draw a food chain involving plant, animal, X, Y, P. So in this part, you need to remember that your food chain need to have minimally, or you need to have 4 organisms: the plant, the animal X, Y, P. So let's focus on the first 2 weeks first. How do we construct this part? Okay, first 2 weeks, can you see that P went down, P decreases, while X over here went up. X went up, X increases. So very straightforward. This part must tell you that the plants, we already know that plants is eaten by P, right? So where does X come into play? X must be the one that is feeding on P, because P went down, X went up. So the population of P went down is because X feed on P. Okay, so then the next 2 weeks onwards, you have to decide where does Y come into play. Okay, so pretty straightforward this part. You see that when Y is introduced and Y went up, X decreased while P increases. So this must show you that the Y, right, must be feeding on X. Okay, so when X decrease, right, there is less X feeding on P, so P must have increased. So in this case, the food relationship must be in this manner. Okay, P is eaten, plant is eaten by P, X, and P is eaten by X, X is eaten by Y. So this is the food chain that you need to construct. Okay, so over here, this will be the ideal answer. Okay, represent your ideas in terms of arrow. Okay, PQX, which one is the prey and predator? Okay, so this part you always try to look the one in the middle. Okay, usually it's a secondary consumer. Okay, so this one must always be a prey. Okay, because it always get predates by the animal up in the food chain. This one is both a predator and a prey, because it predator because it feed on P, is a prey because it is eaten by Y. Okay, so X is the only prey and predator. Y is not. Y is a predator only. Okay, Y is a predator only. Okay, or at least in this food chain. Okay, how will the population of animal X change if there's a decrease in the population of animal Y? Give a reason. Okay, so when population of animal Y decreases, let me use green color, decreases, there is less Y feeding on X. So X, there will be more X to reproduce, so it will increase in number. So this part will go up. Okay, so this part very straightforward. Okay, when Y decrease, there will be less Y feeding on X. Okay, always try to use the word feeding. Okay, avoid eaten or Y eat on X. Don't use this. Feeding will be the best words to use. It's more scientific in this case. Okay, and then so there will be more X to reproduce, resulting in an increase in its population for X. Okay, this part you need to talk about the population, because how. Okay, you can even bring it forward. You can say X will increase, full stop. Okay, when Y decrease, there will be less Y to feed on X, so allowing more X to reproduce. This is also one way of answering. Okay, so with that, we are more or less done with question number 34. Thank you very much.